Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally showing off my new setup. It has been such a long time coming. I've had this setup for ages because I used to really love video games and I wanted to stream them and make that my living. And I just didn't stay consistent with it, but here we are. Today, this is like more of a business diaries kind of meeting because I have been doing so much research. I specifically have been looking up what the deal is with product market fit, and I didn't know how much impact it would have on me because I think anyone who wants to just start a business doesn't realize how there's layers to each step, and you don't even know what the steps are in the beginning. So, finding product market fit is like basically like finding your niche, but you can't just find any niche. You could, but that doesn't, you could be setting yourself up for failure if you are too broad in the people that you want to serve. So, I've from the beginning been have already been having difficulty choosing who I am going to be marketing to because in the very beginning I was I took this really I basically took this course that was telling me the basics, and it did an amazing job of telling me how, like, who, it did an amazing job of bringing up in me what my purpose was because I got it immediately. But the thing it didn't really help was with finding my niche. It did tell me to be specific, and that's extremely important, but it didn't tell me the impact of your product market fit. And I learned that because I'm studying Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer. So there's that. And then today I kind of went on a frenzy of looking up product market fit. Like, what is this all about? And okay, I need to reevaluate who I'm giving my things to. And then I kind of went down a not so good road of just changing my school community title 100 million times and then thinking, okay, I should do something like with AI or I should do something with women, like really trying to narrow down who I want to help. But at the end, I kind of just felt more confused than having a direction. So I think that was the difficult part. And then I started to feel like, okay, why is this starting to feel like the extreme beginning of my entrepreneurial journey when I was just looking stuff up and not knowing where to start or what to do next. And I'm like, okay, I accidentally went too far into studying and I need to go back to doing. So tomorrow I'll be doing some more doing. And I'm just a little frustrated because I keep finding myself in these places where I move forward a little bit, and then I'm like discovering what something is and I'm trying to understand it, and I'm like, I just don't know what is happening. I'm very confused and I get frustrated because it starts holding me back. But the thing is, something that's really annoying me is that I haven't made my offer yet. I haven't created my offer yet. And so I was like, okay, let me read $100 million Money Models by Alex Hormozi. Like, this is going to get me to a good start. And I started reading it, and I got, I think, 40, 50 pages in, and that's when he starts talking about product market fit and how to find your market. And I really felt like I absorbed the information in there. But then again, I was looking at what I already started doing, and I came to the conclusion that I was way too vague, and the person I was serving was not specific enough. And not only is that a problem for me, but it's going to be a problem for the person I'm helping, because I have to know who exactly I'm helping so that I can help them to the best of my ability. I can't do my best if I don't have a container or a definition of what I'm helping or who my target is. So, and then there's layers to that. So if there's confusion about the accuracy of who I'm serving, then there is also sometimes too broad of a marker, or maybe there's no market at all. And then there's also the question of, if there's not anyone in the market, then I'm not making any money. So, and if I'm specific enough and I can become a master or an expert at something, I can help someone with achieve a very specific outcome who has a very specific problem, then I can. Did anyone notice my nails are half paint, half not painted today? So a little embarrassing, but anyway, if I am not specific enough and I can't master a solution to a problem and I can't actually help people, I'm kind of being useless, and I don't really want to be useless, and I don't want to fail in my first business. I really don't. So that's just been a little frustrating. This is just like a little ramble, a little rant. And another thing I discovered is, let me move back a little. Still adjusting to this. Another thing I discovered is that I was also studying more product market fit, discovering more what it means and how important it is and who are the masters. And I discovered, I believe his name is Jay Crone. That's like his abbreviated name. Anyway, he's the founder of Snowflake, and he's made 3 multi-billion-dollar companies. I'm like, okay, that guy knows product market fit, because again, I was looking up $100 million businesses, and then on top of that, I did product market fit, and this guy shows up on YouTube. And there was this interview I was watching, and it only had 40 views and 1 like, and I learned so much information from that. I'm not even kidding. I've learned like a lifetime's worth of information, and I did not finish it yet. I think I only watched like 15 minutes. And I was like, some principles that he was referring to, guys, I'm mixing people up. So he was the man in the video was someone else, but he was referring to the founder of Snowflake, who has made multi-billion-dollar companies. Yes, so the man in the video that was being interviewed was, I believe his name is Jay Crone, and he was involved with Kajabi. So he's very experienced. So I learned from him about the founder of Snowflake, who has made multi-billion-dollar companies, and the discussion about product market fit and how it tied to his book, Amp It Up. And it was basically that you have to, let's see, I'm quizzing myself live here. You had to have like something that's really high quality. You have to, if you find the right product market fit, you have to basically jump on it and accelerate, because if you found a good market fit, then someone else has to. And basically, whoever puts in the most work and does the best wins and gets the most money. And then, man, there was a third thing. I don't remember the third thing, but it was like speed once you find what your market is. And then I feel like I actually should be testing myself on the things I take notes on, because I want to retain it and reference it generally, but it's kind of hard when you're learning everything at once, and it's kind of honestly information overload, especially when I'm a beginner and I have just started. Like I'm an extreme beginner, and then I'm listening to a billionaire or um, people who have invested and worked on multi-billionaire companies, and I'm like, I'm trying to learn literally from the best, and then when I do that, I kind of get thrown for a whirlwind because I'm like, whoa, like what is all this stuff? And I really enjoy learning about it actually, but it's just a little confusing, and I can't recall what I learned today, which is embarrassing, but you live and you learn. As long as I believe that as long as I diligently study and generally try to understand what I'm learning, I can succeed in business, but also like I got to get my product market fit down. It's kind of annoying me a bit that I don't have it down because I am getting frustrated that I'm not making any money. And I think that's just another thing that is kind of healthy for me to have because it drives me to learn more and more and not just learn the quickest way that I can make a buck, but the fastest way that I can learn as much as possible and be the best as I can possibly be at business. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. And I kind of, in the very beginning, I wasn't really prepared to not make money my whole entire first year. But someone reached out to me from my mentor group, and she kind of told me that for a whole year she didn't make money because she was learning, she was launching, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I was watching Sam Ovens, and I was listening to his story, and his story is that he spent a whole year making a business that no one wanted because he made it based off his dad and what his dad needed and wanted. And honestly, it hurts me just a little bit hearing that. But yeah, so he worked for a year, and then the next year he made his first $100,000. So it's like, okay, I gotta prepare to not make any money at all this year. And I'd rather make some money, but at the same time, if I start making money, I know that I would probably atrophy in my learning. So this is kind of like the gun to my head moment that Sam Ovens talked about in one of his videos. And how like that being in a gun to your head scenario basically pushes the best out of you. And that's like why I'm also not working right now. I don't have a job, and I kind of just think like, oh, like having a job would make my life so much easier. But it would take my focus off of my business. It would take it all off. And I just know that's not a good idea. I know myself, I know I would get comfortable with the amount of money I'm making, and then at the same time I would be distracted and pulled away from this. And I don't think the future me that I want to become can actually afford that. So I've also been learning how to be a bit more frugal, which is, it used to be something I dreaded and I never wanted, because when I was younger, I used to want like luxury everything, designer everything. I just want the best of the best. And I still have that in me. Like I still want to have really amazing experiences and own some luxurious things, because I just find a lot of joy in it. I find a lot of satisfaction in it. But now that I have something really important to me, it's like I just want to learn. Like, I really want to learn, and I want to be the best at, like, I just want to be, oh my gosh, can I, like, say it? Like, I want to be the best business owner I can be. And that's just so much bigger than wanting a Bugatti. Even though Bugatti would be really nice. It's just like, it's so temporary. But learning something, applying it, helping others, making money from it, like actually contributing to the world and leaving a legacy, like that is something I really want. Like, doesn't that sound like having your cake and eating it too? Like, I want that. So yeah, but also watch like this video from this. I think this is the last thing I'll talk about is this video from Alex Becker, and he's like, oh, I think it was like, do this in your 20s to be rich in your 30s. And he talked about how, I'm really glad he did the talk he did in there because I needed to hear it. And he was talking about how a lot of people think their 20s is their best years, but actually your best years are later if you spend your 20s building yourself up and just kind of taking it on the chin and just working really hard in your 20s so that your 30s can be amazing and your 40s are even better. And he was discussing that if you basically, this is like kind of how he said it, that if you're a loser, your best years are in your 20s. And that's when you're drinking and partying and having all this like unnecessary quote unquote fun, but it's not really fun. And then in your 30s, you're kind of just like screwed because you didn't build up a life for yourself and you're kind of just like living really mediocre. He said 35 is when it starts hitting you. And I was like, man, I have like some friends that are actually 35 and I'm like, I need to be in a position when I'm 35 that is somewhere that I definitely want to be or am proud of being at that place because of how hard I worked, even if it's not like an extremely specific, like high achieving goal. Like, I want to be proud that like I gave it all. I gave my life my all until now. And like, this is where I am right now. And I love it because I put in the work and I achieved this. And I just want to be in a place when I'm 35 that I can be proud of where I am and be happy of what I built. So yeah, I am going to link my Skool community down below. I'm still working on it. The name is changing a million different times. I'm still trying to find the person I want to help. But if you want to support me, just plain support me. And in the early days, you can join the Skool community. It's absolutely free. It's literally free. So, and it's honestly the best way to support me because the community gets promoted when people join it. So I would really appreciate that. And go ahead and subscribe if you didn't subscribe and you watched this video to here. Probably subscribe. And oh yeah, I just want to say about this 4K camera, like, this is why people record on webcams. This, you can see everything with this camera. Literally everything. So you can see how frizzy my hair is, and I just did not want to put hairspray on it, especially since it's 1 a.m. I don't want to do that. And yeah, you can also see how I have these marks on my microphone. And you can see my nails up close, which we don't need to do. This is not a beauty channel. So yeah, that was it for today, guys. Nice seeing you, nice talking to you with my new setup. All right, bye.